Organized tourism to Russia drops by 90% in 2022.
Here's a summary of the article.
The number of foreigners visiting Russia as part of an organized tour plummeted by more than 90% during 2022 as the country's international isolation over its invasion of Ukraine kept most travelers away, the Kommersant Business Daily reported on Tuesday. Official figures place the year-on-year drop in Russia's inbound tourist numbers as a whole at just 40%, from almost 290,000 last year to 190,000 in 2022, Kommersant said. In 2019, some 5.1 million tourists visited Russia, of which as many as 400,000 came as part of an organized tour. Sergei Romashkin, the head of Russian tour operator Delfin, which estimated the 90% drop in organized tour arrivals, said that the industry is hampered by Russia's negative image, the ban on the use of Visa and MasterCard in the country, as well as Russia's own restrictive visa regime. Many tour operators have shifted from inbound tourism to organizing domestic tours in Moscow and St. Petersburg, according to Kommersant. A noticeable flow from Europe should not be expected. In 2023, Romashkin told the newspaper, forecasting small growth from countries that have visa-free agreements with Russia, such as Iran, as well as visitors from Turkey and India. Some industry experts are nevertheless pinning their hopes on a 2023 tourism revival driven largely by the Asian market.
This post received a score of 9,300, with an upvote ratio of 98%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
I'm surprised 10% still went to Russia.
I think it likely that a vast majority of those 10% were during the almost 2 months of 2022 prior to the invasion.
Would this 10% primarily be tourists from friendly to Russia countries such as Eritrea, Iran, Venezuela, etc.?
Couldn't tell ya. Plenty of people have been to Russia, and I'm sure many more would be willing to visit a country with a bad representative in the West, than a country maintaining an outright invasion. I'd assume that, before the invasion, the proportion of Russia-friendly, and Russia-non-friendly, tourists would be the same as it has always been. After the invasion, I'd go out on a limb and guess that friendlies became a greater majority.
I would argue that, since the Brittney Griner case, many Westerners have been cautious about visiting the unfriendly country where they can be used as a bargaining chip.
Even if you are not used as a bargaining chip, you will likely be mistreated. Even a guy like Mr. Bald from Bald and Bankrupt, who loves the Russian people, speaks Russian, and has always tried to paint them in a positive light that they are just like us, was imprisoned on BS charges and then thrown out of the country permanently for a Facebook post from years and years ago. Like, no matter how friendly you are, it's not even worth attempting to go there anymore.
That was a masterclass on talking your way out of an interrogation where any hint of the wrong answer, wrong attitude, wrong tone would have a very, very bad result. He literally couldn't maneuver the interrogators any better than he did. And he did it completely in a difficult language he had taught himself. Really, hats off. The video is floating around YouTube if someone wants to link it.
I watched it and was like, wow, maybe this guy really was an intelligence officer or some sort of spy or some shit in a previous life. Like some people say, I could never fucking talk my way out of that situation as smooth as he did. I would end up in a worse situation than Brittney Griner did probably.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely had those vibes. I've heard those rumors, theories before, but you couldn't help but think it was possibility after watching that interrogation.
What about their buy 1 week, get 12 years free deal?
Guaranteed weight loss program.
Biggest Loser, Siberia. LOL domestic tours. I read Fluent Russian and their memes about internal tourism are hilarious. Basically it's orders of magnitude cheaper to fly to an Egyptian all-inclusive beach resort than to get trapped on some mildly radioactive tour bus limping its way through Russia's golden circle of decrepit monasteries with zero amenities.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.